रही हवा बज रही।
Well, viewers, we are getting in visuals right now and from ground zero in Agra, where an Air Force plane has just crashed. It has caught fire while it was flying. So during the flight, it caught fire, and we do not know yet if there is any casualty or not. But the latest is those visuals that are coming in right now on your screens, viewers. This is a field where it crashed, and it caught fire while it was in the air. And this is an IAF plane, an Indian Air Force plane. What we know, there was a pilot, and there were 1 or 2 people as passengers inside. We do not know about their condition yet. We are waiting for official confirmation, but those are exclusive visuals that we have accessed. And the army plane has crashed in Agra right now as we speak. These are the latest visuals coming in. It has now crashed in a field, and it's still burning. The body of the aircraft still burning, as you can see. Huge plumes of smoke erupting. The flames, that blaze is massive as we speak. Do not know yet. We can see the people around in a state of chaos. There is commotion on ground zero as the plane crashed, and it fell in a field. And the 2 people, including the pilot, have saved their lives by jumping. So no casualties. That's what we know. Have they been injured? We do not know. But yes, they have saved. They have escaped. They had a narrow escape as they jumped. They jumped from the aircraft. That includes the pilot and another person. So the pilot and his companion were found 2 kilometers away from the plane. And the plane crashed in an empty field near the Soniga village in Kagarol. And that's the big breaking news. This is coming in from western Uttar Pradesh in Agra. This plane crashed in an empty field near Soniga in Kagarol. And the pilot and his companion were found 2 kilometers away from the plane. They jumped to save their lives as a plane had caught fire while it was in the air. Dramatic visuals coming in. We're waiting for more information to come in, viewers. More official piece of information to come in to help us understand what was the cause behind this this blaze. But not the first time, viewers, that we've learned about a military plane catching fire or crashing. This time now is thankfully what we know is that the pilot and the co-passenger, the pilot and the companion jumped out of the plane, and they are safe. That's the latest update we have right now. And it's an army plane, remember, that has crashed in Agra, and it fell in a field. It was an empty field. Thankfully, not much people. It wasn't a populated place not a populated area. That piece of land where it actually crashed after catching fire in the sky while it was flying. Cause of this fire on air, we do not know yet. We are waiting for more official confirmation and information. It's a MiG-29 fighter as we speak, viewers. We're getting in information, and MiG-29 fighter jet has now crashed. It's a MiG-29 fighter, pilot ejecting from the plane, and it had taken off from Adampur in Punjab. It was en route Agra, and when an exercise was going to take place. So the plane had taken off for an exercise, and it had taken off from Adampur of Punjab. And court of inquiry has also been ordered. That is the latest we have from the defense officials. So Republic TV is learning that this was a MiG-29 fighter jet that has crashed near Agra in an empty field near a village. Pilot and the co-passenger ejected safely, and it had taken off from Punjab for an exercise while in fact it crashed near Agra. So that's the update we have. Court of inquiry is also ordered. Is all set to be ordered. That's as per the officials from the Defense Ministry. So a big update coming in, dramatic visuals coming in from Agra. It's a big fire. You can see, viewers, it's a massive fire and huge flames you can see, and plumes of smoke coming out, which this in fact caused a lot of chaos and commotion in that area. The IAF jet crashing in Agra, it caught fire while it was in the air, while it was it was in the skies, while it was being flown by a pilot, and he safely ejected along with the co-passenger to save their own lives. And now, of course, the cause of this fire is yet to be ascertained. We'll get to know more after the officials intimate us with the latest on that. Investigation, of course, is imminent. And what we know is that this is a MiG-29 fighter jet, a MiG-29 fighter jet, which was, of course, deployed for an exercise that was for the army. And this is the MiG-29 crash, viewers, and we've not seen for the first time. Even in September, there was a MiG-29 jet fighter, viewers, that had in fact crashed in Rajasthan. And this was of course, due to a technical snag. The pilot in that crash in Rajasthan was also safe, but nevertheless, the MiG-29 had crashed due to a technical snag. So, of course, this time, once again, we see a very, very dangerous incident that has happened. And we will get you more updates. Suyesha, back to you.
All right, Rakshita, do stay on with us as we also have Raghvendra from Republic Bharat joining us on the broadcast. Raghvendra, thankfully everyone is safe. No one has received any sort of major injury or any casualty, and even the pilot and his companion who jumped off were found 2 kilometers away. They, of course, would be able to tell the entire story of what caused this. But so far, what is our information on the extent of damage on the villagers there who found this aircraft on fire? And what is the next step?
बिल्कुल देखिए, भारतीय सेना का जो ये विमान था ये पूरी तरह से दुर्घटना का शिकार हुआ। जिस तरह से ये जमीन पर गिरा और गिरते ही इसमें आग लग गया, अगर पायलट समय रहते अगर कूद के अपनी जान न बचाए होते तो शायद इस दुर्घटना को शिकार हो जाते और जो 3 लोग उसमें बैठे थे वो वहीं पे खत्म हो जाते। जिस तरह से ये पूरा ये जो लड़ाकू विमान था ये जैसे ही गिरा उसमें आग लग गई उस जहाज में। और दूसरी सबसे अच्छी बात ये है कि पायलट कितने कुशल थे। अभी ये मतलब एक प्रकार से रिहर्सल का माहौल था इंडियन आर्मी का, लेकिन वो 2 किलोमीटर पहले ही यानी कि जमीन टच करने से पहले ही वो खाली जगहों पर यानी कि खाली जगहों पर उन्होंने छलांग लगा दी, खेतों में जाकर गिरे और कहीं ना कहीं उनकी जान बच गई। लेकिन प्लेन जो है, लड़ाकू विमान जो है, पूरी तरह से ये जो मिग था ये क्रैश हो गया है। आप इसके विजुअल्स देख रहे होंगे कि किस तरह से धू कर ये जल रहा है। और अगर कूदने में सफल ना हुए होते, किसी तरह से अगर वहां से पहले ही ये फैसला ना लिए होते तो कहीं न कहीं आज भारतीय सेना अपने जाबाज पायलटों को खो देता। इसमें 2 से 3 लोगों की कैजुअलिटी हो जाती और ये एक बड़ी घटना हो जाती। हालांकि ये जो प्लेन क्रैश हुआ है, लड़ाकू विमान जो क्रैश हुआ है, इसकी भरपाई हो जाएगी। लोगों की जान बच गई, जो हमारे पायलट हैं देश के वो बच गए, ये बड़ी बात है। हालांकि आगरा में घटना हुई है और वहां के खाली पड़े हुए इस समय जो खेत हैं वहां पर जाकर कूद के हमारे पायलटों ने जान बचाई, ये बड़ी बात है जी।
Raghvendra, continue talking to us as we stay with these pictures, because these are the initial videos that were, of course, captured by eyewitnesses, also awaiting an official statement from the Indian Air Force. Just to understand from you where this plane took off from, how close is the Air Force strip, the runway from which this plane took off, and was it a trainee pilot? Who exactly was flying? Do we have all those details of what happened before this, that this plane crashed and fell right on this farm while it was on fire? All right, I'm being told we have to step into a short break. We'll be back on the other side with the latest on this plane crash.
Director, the taste of success.
Shivani Kala reporting from New Jersey, USA, and I will be bringing you an up-close coverage of one of the most historic elections of our times. We'll take you right to the pulse of the polling booth and capture all the excitement on the ground. Stay tuned for every moment as it unfolds.
Hi, I'm Saurabh Shukla, founder News Mobile, live from the US. In this special broadcast between News Mobile and Republic, we will tell you who will be the new US president and how this impacts your world. Do watch all the latest updates here live on Republic and News Mobile.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
RG Car Prime accused Sanjay Roy's big allegation says being framed by Mamata government and forced to keep shut. Under Trudeau's watch, Khalistani terror at play yet again. Temples are now attacked in Brampton and Surrey.
पुलिस वालों ने हमें लाठी से मारा, वो हमें ऐसे ट्रीट कर रहे थे जैसे हम सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन हैं। बहुत गंदे से हिंदुओं के साथ बिहेव किया गया।
Under Trudeau's watch, eyewitnesses are now recalling horrific assault by Trudeau's cops. Hindu devotees are attacked by Khalistanis.
जेएमएम कांग्रेस आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बसा रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Modi campaigns in Jharkhand, takes on Sora and government over infiltration. BJP calls out minority appeasement after Samajwadi Party demands common minorities program in MVA manifesto. And as the race to White House enters its final leg, stand by for the most detailed, extensive coverage on Republic TV. And the last headline, our top focus and breaking news: MiG-29 fighter jet crashes near Agra. The flight catches fire mid-air. Two, including the pilot, escape from the jaws of death. They are out of danger. Here's the breaking news coming in. An MiG-29 fighter jet has crashed near Agra in Uttar Pradesh. The pilot has been ejected from the plane. The plane had taken off from Adampur in Punjab and was en route to Agra for an exercise when the incident happened. As we are speaking, more details are awaited. But these are visuals that are coming in, shocking visuals that are coming in from Agra, where the Air Force plane crashes. MiG-29 fighter jet crashed near Agra, Uttar Pradesh. The plane, remember viewers, had taken off from Adampur in Punjab. It was en route to Agra for an exercise when this incident happened. And as these visuals are coming in, we have shocking visuals. It's crashed near Agra. The pilot was ejected from the plane. More details are awaited. A court of inquiry is to be ordered. The Defence Ministry is going to be ordering a court of inquiry. Another bit of breaking news that's coming in as we are speaking. Let me go across to Raghvinder, who's joining us live. Raghvinder, give us more details.
बिल्कुल आपने कहा जैसा कि कोर्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी जो इंडियन आर्मी की तरफ से वहाँ पे शुरू हो गई है। हालांकि ये जो विमान था, ये मिग था, इंडियन एयरफोर्स का हिस्सा था। ये जिस तरह से दुर्घटनाग्रस्त हुआ है, अगर पायलट सचेत न होते और वो अपना दिमाग न लगाते, बहादुरी न दिखाते और कुछ दूरी पहले ही अगर वो कूदने का फैसला न लेते, तो शायद हम अपने जाबाज पायलटों को भी खो देते। 3 लोगों की जान बच गई है। खुले मैदान में खेत में उन्होंने छलांग लगा के अपनी जान बचाई। लेकिन जिस तरह से ये विमान, लड़ाकू विमान दुर्घटनाग्रस्त हुआ, जमीन पे जैसे ही ये गिरा वैसे इसमें आग लग गई और किसी भी तरह की भागने का इसमें मौका बिल्कुल भी किसी को न मिलता अगर ये फैसला पहले न लिया गया होता। लेकिन ये बड़ी क्षति है। इंडियन एयरफोर्स का जो ये मिग है, ये पूरी तरह से जल चुका है, ध्वस्त हो गया है, दुर्घटना का शिकार हुआ है। लेकिन इसमें से भी एक अच्छी खबर यही निकल के आई कि हमारे जो पायलट हैं वह जिंदा हैं, वह सुरक्षित बच गए हैं। उन्होंने एक बहादुरी का फैसला लिया है और कुछ मिनट पहले ही उन्होंने छलांग लगाकर अपने बहादुरी का परिचय दिया। कहीं न कहीं ये ट्रेनिंग का हिस्सा था, जिन्होंने एक रियल ये जो घटना हुई है उसको इन्होंने उस अपने इम्तिहान को पास किया है कि किस तरह से दुर्घटना के पहले अपनी जान बचाई, और ये एक बड़ी बात है। लेकिन ये विमान, चूंकि मिग कोई पहली बार दुर्घटनाग्रस्त नहीं हुआ है, मिग की अपनी एक श्रेणी है। कई बार ऐसा हुआ है जब जो मिग है वो दुर्घटना का शिकार हुआ है, कई पायलटों की इसके पहले जान जा चुकी है। लेकिन आज जो ये इंडियन एयरफोर्स का जो लड़ाकू विमान था जो दुर्घटनाग्रस्त हुआ है, इसमें किसी की जान नहीं गई है। ये एक अच्छी खबर है जी।
राघविंदर, ये इंसिडेंट हुआ सोनेगा विलेज कागारोल पुलिस स्टेशन के पास, और जैसे ये एम्प्टी मैदान था यहाँ पे ये हुआ। और सबसे बड़ी बात जो आपने कही, इन्होंने, पायलट ने अपना दिमाग लगाया, छलांग लगाई, 2 लोगों ने छलांग लगाई और ये प्लेन जैसे ही मैदान को छुआ इसमें आग लग गई। तो कुछ खबर कि अभी पायलट्स कहाँ पे भर्ती हैं, जो इंजर्ड है वो कहाँ पे भर्ती है, उनका क्या हाल है?
देखिए, फिलहाल वो आगरा में ही उनका प्राइमरी एक इलाज हुआ है, उनका हेल्थ चेकअप हुआ है, जिससे कि ये देखा जा सके कि क्या किसी गंभीर चोट का उनके ऊपर प्रभाव तो नहीं पड़ा है। लेकिन इसके बाद जो रही बात, ये जो लड़ाकू विमान है जो दुर्घटनाग्रस्त हुआ, ये पूरी तरह से जल चुका है। इसमें किसी की भी जान नहीं गई है। और ये मिग है, यानी कि मिग श्रेणी का ये लड़ाकू विमान है, जो इसके पहले भी कई बार दुर्घटना का शिकार हुआ है। ऐसे में ये एक इंडियन एयरफोर्स के ट्रेनिंग का एक हिस्सा था ये, और उसी दौरान इस तरह की घटना हुई है। और ये एक बड़ी घटना है, चूंकि अपनी जो इंडियन आर्मी है या जो हमारा जो वायुसेना है, उसने अपने एक मिग को खोया है, एक लड़ाकू विमान को भी खोया है। लेकिन जैसा कि मैं बार बार कह रहा हूं कि जो हमारे पायलट है, जो भारतीय सेना जिस जाबाजी के लिए जानी जाती है, जिस बहादुरी के लिए जानी जाती है, आज वह पायलटों ने करके दिखाया। उनको एहसास हो गया कि ये अब विमान बचेगा नहीं, इसमें कुछ ऐसी मिसकम्युनिकेशन हो गई, कंट्रोल के बाहर थी सिचुएशन, जिसके वजह से वो जमीन पे उसको क्रैश होना ही होना था। लेकिन उन लोगों ने क्रैश होने से पहले बहादुरी का परिचय दिखाते हुए छलांग लगा दी, जिससे उनकी जान बच गई। और मिग जो है वो जब गिरा, गिरने के बाद तुरंत वह जल गया था जी।
All right, thank you Raghvinder for details ke liye. We'll come back to you for the latest on that story. Moving on, viewers, Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday predicted a certain defeat for the ruling alliance of the Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, the Congress and the RJD in the state. He said the BJP has entered the electoral fray with the guarantee of security, stability and prosperity of Jharkhand. In fact, he also stated that the JMM, the Congress, the RJD have taken the policy of appeasement to its extreme. These 3 parties, he said, are hell-bent on breaking the social fabric as they are supporters of infiltrators. Let's listen in first to what the Prime Minister said.
जेएमएम, कांग्रेस, आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये तीनों दल सामाजिक तानाबाना तोड़ने पर आमाद है। ये तीनों दल घुसपैठिया समर्थक है। बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठियों के वोट पाने के लिए ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बता रहे हैं। जब स्कूलों में सरस्वती वंदना तक पर रोक लगने लगे तो पता चलता है कि खतरा कितना बड़ा है। जब तीज त्योहारों में पत्थरबाजी होने लगे, माता दुर्गा को भी रोक दिया जाए। जब कर्फ्यू लगने लगे तो पता चलता है कि स्थिति कितनी खतरनाक है। जब बेटियों के साथ शादी के नाम पर छल कपट होने लगे तो पता चलता है कि पानी सिर के ऊपर से गुजरने लगा है। जब घुसपैठ का मामला कोर्ट में जाए और प्रशासन इससे इनकार करे तो पता चलता है कि सरकारी तंत्र में ही घुसपैठ हो चुकी है। ये आपकी रोटी भी छीन रहे हैं, ये आपकी बेटी भी छीन रहे हैं और ये आपकी माटी को भी हड़प कर रहे हैं।
Let's in fact also listen into what Amit Shah has said on the matter while unveiling the BJP Sankalp Patra.
झारखंड हाई कोर्ट कहती है कि झारखंड के अंदर एक घुसपैठियों को रोकना चाहिए। हमारी बेटियों को लुभाकर हमारी भूमि ले जा रहे हैं, हमारी रोजगारी ले जा रहे हैं। बेटी, रोटी, भूमि, इसका रक्षा करने के लिए
There's breaking news that's coming in after disparaging remarks against Sita Soren and Shaina NC. Prime Minister Modi tears into Indie bloc. Prime Minister Modi says what they have done with our sister Sita Soren, we all have seen it. The thing a leader of Congress has said for Sita Soren, we all have seen it. The Prime Minister questions the Indie silence and says it's disrespectful to all tribal mothers and sisters. In Maharashtra, also a sister who's contesting the elections, and here he's talking about Shaina NC. What kind of language was used for her? Remember, a few days ago, she had been called imported mal, but the Chief Minister hasn't spoken a word over it, the Prime Minister says. He also says in terms of Jharkhand, this is the truth of the JMM. Let's listen into what the Prime Minister said. Remember viewers, this is coming after BJP leader Sita Soren broke down while speaking about the derogatory remarks made by Congress Minister Irfan Ansari regarding her. She's contesting the Jharkhand Assembly polls and he was filing his nomination and he targeted her. Let's listen to Prime Minister's reaction.
सीता सोरेन के साथ इन्होंने क्या किया, ये भी हम सभी ने देखा है। कांग्रेस के एक नेता ने बहन सीता सोरेन जी के लिए जो कुछ कहा है, वो हर आदिवासी माता, बहन, बेटी का अपमान है। अभी महाराष्ट्र में भी एक बहन चुनाव लड़ रही है, कैसी गंदी भाषा का प्रयोग किया गया उनके लिए, ये इनकी आदत है। और आप देखिए, यहां के जो मुख्यमंत्री हैं, उनकी तरफ से एक शब्द तक नहीं निकला। और यही जेएमएम की सच्चाई है।
Viewers, let's also go across to Shaina NC, BJP candidate, Shiv Sena candidate. fighting in Maharashtra and how the Prime Minister Shaina NC supported all women, and the insult that had been done also on you, where he said that even in Maharashtra, a sister who's contesting the elections, what kind of language was used for her? The Prime Minister takes on the indie bloc in their silence. Shaina NC, this is clearly an insult, whether it's in Jharkhand or whether it's in Maharashtra. The terminology being used by the indie leaders is pathetic, derogatory, shocking.
Well, at the outset, I'd like to thank our statesman, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, because not only is he a great charismatic leader, he has understood how women in public life suffer and the kind of terminology that the opposition chooses to use, whether it's objectifying women, calling them items, calling them mal, and this kind of language only shows you a regressive mindset. This is not about me, but I'd like to thank the Prime Minister for understanding that a lot of women would want to have these perverts of our society who believe that women are mal, women are objects, women are, commodities. They need to be also shown their place. And the Honorable Prime Minister has taken on that cause and has spoken about it, so for which I think every woman of India is indebted. This is absolutely not about me. It's about the women in public space and crores of women per se who are subject to this kind of commentary. And that's why I'd like to say two things. One is that you can have a Prime Minister who chooses not to address or respect women. And the other is you have a Prime Minister like Prime Minister Modi who respects women not just by comments and thoughts as he did at the Lal Killa on August 15th, but even through welfare schemes that empower us and give us dignity, empowerment, etc. And that's why registering this FIR was so necessary, because on the one hand, you had Mr. Arvind Sawant say that he's apologizing, but Sanjay Raut saying just the opposite. I want to ask, where are all those India Alliance leaders? Where are all the women leaders who have chosen to stay mum on this? Is this a non-issue? Because for them, it may be a convenient issue to suit them. But as far as our Prime Minister is concerned, it's an important core issue to ensure women's dignity is always maintained no matter where they are.
Absolutely. And this is the same kind of diatribe, Shaina NC, that we're also seeing in Jharkhand, where the Prime Minister tore into the indie bloc, and Prime Minister Modi said what they have done with our sister Sita Soren is also something we have all seen. So this is very clear, Shaina NC, that when Arvind Sawant makes such comments or someone is making the comments in the indie bloc, this is something they forget. It is certain respect of whether it's tribal women or whether it's women anywhere. Like you said, Mahila hu mal nahi, this is something that needs to be remembered and ingrained in their minds.
Very true. And when we say ki Mahila hu mal nahi, this is not just a tagline which is meant for one section of society, it's for all women. And trust me, our Prime Minister taking notice of it and understanding that we women want to be respected for what we are, who we are, and the work we do, and not for how we look and who says what, is a great comment. And it can only be expected from the Prime Minister. And I'd also like to acknowledge that the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Eknath Shinde ji, when he impacted lives through Ladki Behna Yojana, it is another statement of only respect. So you have the Prime Minister and Eknath Shinde ji that have worked collaboratively to ensure women's dignity, whilst the opposition has chosen to do just the opposite.
Absolutely. Thank you, Shaina NC, for being with us. This is a story we'll continue following. We was also moving on to the other top focus and the other top story. Samajwadi Party MLA Rai Sheikh has now urged the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi to incorporate a common minorities program on its upcoming election manifesto, emphasizing the potential to outreach development for minority communities in Maharashtra. He's also recommended a survey of minorities to address their needs. As the MVA is preparing for the upcoming elections, this proposal could solidify, they say, its commitment to minority welfare, with stakeholders keenly awaiting the alliance's response. Getting in more reaction from Mahayuti now, who's hit out at the SP's appeasement politics.
See, that is been called as a vote jihad. That you think, work and propagate for only particular community. And this is not a democracy. And this is a hypocrisy for Uddhav Thackeray. I appeal, I demand, what is the stance of Mr. Uddhav Thackeray now? Is he in support of Muslim Arakshan, Muslim reservation or no? In the constitution, that there cannot be a reservation on the religion. Then why this demand is coming? What is the role of Mr. Thackeray, whether he is in support of this or not? I am asking for this.
Let's also listen in to reactions that are also coming in from the BJP. Atul Bhatkalkar has spoken out. Listen in.
See, this is totally ploy of dividing voters on the religious basis. As on today, there is no question of anything, but right now Rais Sheikh is demanding all these things. Why they have not did it all these things in 2.5 years in their rule? And so this is nothing but trying to divide voters on religious caste basis, but this will not happen. 13 crore Maharashtra will stand behind Mahayuti, and that's why Pradhan Mantri very aptly, rightly said, एक रहेंगे तो safe रहेंगे. Or I will this much say that in this coming election, Maharashtra will stand behind Mahayuti because we are real development oriented sarkar.
सर कोशिश कर रहे हैं एक समझौता खुश करने के लिए.
This is the true agenda of MVA Mahavibhajan Aghadi, Maha Vote Bank Aghadi. For the sake of vote bank, they can put Muslim first above nation first. They can put religious kind benefits first rather than constitution first. Rais Sheikh is writing letter and saying that just like UPA government had put Muslims as first for the claim on resources, like that there should be a separate common minority program in the MVA agenda where Muslims should be given religious reservation and other benefits. One question arises that is this constitutional? Is this as per the constitution of Ambedkar ji? And it clearly shows that the agenda of MVA is to snatch away the reservation of SC, ST, OBC and give it to the vote bank. To divide Hindu society and to unite the vote bank in the name of such kind of schemes and such kind of allurements. The question is that why is Uddhav Thackeray ji not saying anything? He claims to be share of Hindutva, but he is allowing such kind of policies. And this is the same Samajwadi party which has even taken stand for Yaqub Memon. Even then Mr. Uddhav Thackeray is silent.
We also tell you news in brief that's making headlines across the nation. The Supreme Court has slammed the Delhi government and the police commissioner over the extreme ban on crackers, and yet it's not enforcement. The Supreme Court has also asked for for action needs to be taken. They've also said that this needs to be curbed. They've highlighted steps that need to be proposed, and they have completely ordered the police commissioner of Delhi to file affidavits and the Delhi government about steps taken to curb pollution. Election Commission announced change of bypolls in 14 constituencies from November 13 to November 20th. The constituencies which will witness changes are Kerala, Punjab, Uttar Pradesh. The poll panel earlier fixed November 13 for 48 constituencies. Bypoll dates, however, for 14 constituencies has changed to 20th November. In a very tragic incident, at least 4 people have been electrocuted in East Godavari district village. The incident took place when individuals were tying flexi banners from the unveiling of the statue of social reformer. As per reports, the individuals The other top focus, Pune is going to play host to the Army Day Parade next year on January 15th. Various events have been lined up in the run-up to that. This will be the third occasion when a city other than New Delhi is going to be hosting the Army Day Parade. The Army Day Parades of 2023 and 2024 were hosted by Bangalore and Lucknow respectively.
Shivani Kala reporting from New Jersey, USA, and I will be bringing you an up-close coverage of one of the most historic elections of our times. We'll take you right to the pulse of the polling booths and capture all the excitement on the ground. Stay tuned for every moment as it unfolds.
Director, the taste of success.
Hi viewers, a very good evening. You're watching Republic TV. This is Live and Breaking with me, Rakshita Mishra, viewers. And of course, the countdown to the presidential elections in the United States has begun. Who will be the next president of the United States? Will it be Kamala Harris or it will be Trump? Once again, that of course will be answered on the 5th of November. But we'll tell you more. But first up, the headlines at 5:30 p.m. RG Kaur case prime accused Sanjay Roy's big allegation says being framed by Mamata government and being forced to keep shut. Under Trudeau's watch, Khalistani terror at play yet again. Temples attacked in Brampton and Surrey.
पुलिस वालों ने हमें लाठी से मारा, वो हमें ऐसे ट्रीट कर रहे थे जैसे हम सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन हैं। बहुत गंदे से हिंदुओं के साथ बिहेव किया गया।
Eyewitnesses recall the horrific assault by Trudeau's cops as well. Hindu devotees first attacked by Khalistanis and then they are brutalized by the police.
जेएमएम कांग्रेस आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बसा रहे हैं।
Campaigns in Jharkhand takes on Soren government over infiltration. BJP calls out minority appeasement after SP demands common minority program in MVA manifesto. And as the race to the White House enters its final leg, stand by for the most detailed and extensive and insightful coverage only on Republic TV. And MiG-29 fighter jet crashes near Agra. Flight catches fire mid-air. 2, including the pilot, escape from the jaws of death as they eject safely. They're out of danger. All right, viewers, we start with breaking news coming in from West Bengal. Now, the Shialda court has framed charges against the RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital rape and murder case accused Sanjay Roy. And let us also tell you that Sanjay Roy has now accused the Mamata Banerjee government of framing him and also silencing him. That he is being forced to keep mum, that he is being forced to keep his mouth shut. There you have Sanjay Roy. When he was taken out of the Shialda court, he was trying to speak to the media from that police van, and he said that he was being framed by Mamata Banerjee government. And now the latest update we have is that the charges have been framed. Kishore Lai joins in live on the broadcast for more. Kishore Lai, of course, the stage is set for the trial against Sanjay Roy. The charges have been framed. But what we are understanding is that Sanjay Roy has clearly accused Mamata Banerjee government of framing him.
Well, exactly. It's a very important point of this investigation, where the prime accused and the only accused in this, who is arrested in this, who was first arrested in this rape and murder case. We know later on there were other arrests made, including Sandeep Ghosh. Now, Sanjay Roy is saying, very specifically saying, I have been framed. I did not do it. The government is pressurizing me to keep my mouth shut. I am innocent and I am being framed. Who is framing him? He also says that it is done in order to make sure that the real culprits are being covered and shielded by the government, by the authorities. That is what Sanjay Roy is implicating. His statements are very blunt, very clear. He was being taken away in a prison van when he was making these statements. We know that the trials will begin on 11th November and go until 14th of November at Shialda CBI Special Court. And we know already the charge sheet has been produced and the charges has been framed as well. But this is one of the points where a very important piece of information is coming in, and it is a allegation on the Mamata government directly by the prime accused in this case, Sanjay Roy, who is saying that I have been framed by this by this government, by this administration, and they are trying to hide the real accused. Who are these real accused? Who are the real people behind, real culprits behind the murder and rape is a question that remains. We have to look at the trials, which will begin on 11th November. But Sanjay Roy has made an explosive statement. Right. Rakshita.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Kishore Lai, for joining us with those details coming in on that big development. Viewers, let's take a listen into what the BJP is saying on the big sensational claim by Sanjay Roy.
The smoking gun, the proof, the main accused, Sanjay Roy, who was himself getting the patronage from the West Bengal police, has testified that he is being pressurized to keep mum by the government. Why is it being done? Is it to protect the other people and the high and mighty? That after this disclosure has come to the fore, it is clear that evidence was destroyed. People were threatened to make them quiet. The doctors were threatened. Jawar Sarkar resigned because he also testified as to how the entire approach of TMC was. TMC means Talibani Mansikta and culture. That means they allow such things to happen and then they defend the rapists, from Shah Jahan to rapists in Arjikar case.
And now, viewers, news from Canada now. It's a big update coming in on the attacks in Canada on temples. Now, we have learned the Peel police have made 3 arrests in connection with the Hindu temple attack in Brampton. Identity of the individuals are yet to be disclosed, but viewers, this is a big a story of the day that we are tracking. In fact, there has been this attack on a Hindu temple. Devotees have been under attack by the Khalistani goons. As you can see to the left side of your screens, they were beaten up. And to the right side of your screens, you can see the police brutality on the devotees. And this was caught on camera, viewers. First, you see the way Khalistani goons are attacking the Hindu devotees. They just storm inside that temple and they just start beating up all the devotees, left, right and center, whoever comes to their side with that stick, with that flag. And there you have this scene where the cops, the RCMP, is in an altercation with the devotees who were under the attack. They are pushing them away, and that's not all, viewers. They have brutalized the devotees. In another video, we'll show how the Indians, the devotees Hindu devotees were pinned down. They were pinned down forcefully, and the way they were dragged away, they were taken away by the police. And there was no action, at least visible by then, on those people who have in fact attacked those devotees, Hindu devotees inside the temple. But we did see very much of a visible and a brutal action against the Hindu devotees, viewers. And now we know that at least 3 detentions have been made. We are getting exclusive reactions also from the devotees who were an eyewitness to this incident, and who have also borne the brunt of the Khalistani extremism, Khalistani terrorism under Trudeau government. Listen in.
वीडियो डाल रहा था वो तो कि पहले फाइटिंग हुई थी यहाँ पे, अंदर घुस गए थे और उसके बाद फिर ये
तो बेटा डरा हुआ था, क्या हुआ था जब बेटे ने आपसे बात की?
वो करना
हमें एक्चुअली डराया पुलिस ने है,
पुलिस ने डराया,
पुलिस ने हमें डराया, पुलिस ने हमें मारा है। पुलिस ने, वो तो खालिस्तानी तो मार रहे थे, चलो वो तो सुना खालिस्तानी मार रहे, पर पुलिस हमें मार रहे थे।
Get you more details on that. Remember, the Indian Ministry of External Affairs has also now condemned this attack. And what we are also getting to know is that there will be protests. There will be pan-Canada protests by Hindu organizations. Hindu groups are protesting on the matter. In fact, that's what we are breaking right now. Hindu groups are all set to protest against the temple attack. That's the big breaking news we have. The community is now uniting. There have been multiple attempts to target them. Their places of worship, they are under threat in Canada. So Hindu groups are protesting against the temple attack at the temple sites, in fact. And this is going to be, viewers, a nationwide protest. Canada-wide, pan-Canada protests are going to take place. The pressure is mounting on Justin Trudeau. Today, the man was compelled to condemn what was caught on camera. And let's take a listen to the reactions that have come in on this development.
आज मंदिरों पे हो रहा है, कल को उनके बिजनेसों के ऊपर होगा, कल को उनके कारोबारों के ऊपर होगा, तो ऐसी उनकी असुरक्षा हो जाएगी। जितना भी फाइनेंशियली वो चीज़ें हैं वो बहुत ज़्यादा उनको जो है वो नुकसान होगा। इसके लिए हम चाहेंगे कि भारत सरकार और पूरे वर्ल्ड से ये आवाज़ उठनी चाहिए कि सनातनियों को आप हर जगह पर क्यों ही टारगेट करते हैं। कभी बांग्लादेश में करते हैं, कभी पाकिस्तान में करते हैं, कभी दूसरे मुस्लिम कंट्रियों में होता है। आज ये इन कंट्रियों में शुरू हो गया, अब इंग्लैंड के अंदर जाइए, वहाँ बुरा हाल है। कभी झंडे वो कर दिए जाते हैं कि मंदिरों के ऊपर जगह जगह पर जो कुछ ऐसे स्लोगन लिख दिए जाते हैं जिससे कि एक डर का माहौल पैदा हो जाए, बच्चे मंदिरों में ना जाएं। तो हम तो एक संगठन, हमारे जो सनातन धर्म है वो सबका भला मांगने वाला है, सबकी सुख शांति चाहता है, पेड़ पौधों की पूजा करते हैं, जीव जंतुओं की पूजा करते हैं। हम तो किसी का नुकसान नहीं चाह रहे, लेकिन जो हमारे बच्चे वहाँ गए हुए हैं उनका नुकसान आप ऐसा क्यों चाह रहे हैं, ऐसा क्यों आप बुरा चाह रहे हैं? तो उसके लिए हम ये आपके माध्यम से चाहेंगे कि जल्दी से जल्दी इसके ऊपर कोई कठिन कार्रवाई हो।
ये जी जब जागे तभी सवेरा।
Those are visuals coming in from Chandigarh, where the Hindu groups are staging protests against temple attack, and the banners they're holding reading "Mandir upar hamle ka jawab." That is, there should be an answer to the attacks. There should be an answer to the attacks against the Hindu temples in Canada on the Canadian soil. They're saying "Mandir upar hamle ka jawab dega Hindustan," that India will give that back the answer. Viewers, there is a report that has been filed by my colleague Lalit on the same. Listen into that.
Gauri Shankar Seva Dal is holding a protest in Chandigarh as the temples in Canada, Brampton, have been allegedly targeted by the Khalistanis. So these are the visuals here where you can see that the Gauri Shankar Seva Dal can be seen holding Indian flag. Right now with us is the members of this Seva Dal. Let me take a cross to them. आज आप लोग यहाँ पर प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं, किस लिए कर रहे हैं आप ये?
आज ये प्रदर्शन जो है, जो कनाडा के ब्रम्पटन शहर के अंदर जो हमारे मंदिरों का अपमान हुआ है, वो तोड़फोड़ हुई है, दीपावली का त्यौहार वहाँ पर मनाने के लोग इकट्ठा हुए थे, तो वहाँ पर जो ये बहुत ज़्यादा निंदनीय घटना हुई है उसका हम पुरजोर यहाँ पर विरोध दर्ज करवाने के लिए आज शांतमय तरीके से यहाँ पे कर रहे हैं। तो जो खालिस्तानी आतंकवादी हैं वो बार बार ऐसी हैं जो घटनाएं हैं वो घटता रहते हैं। हमारा बहुत ज़्यादा वहाँ पर हमारे जितने बच्चे हैं वो वहाँ पढ़ने के लिए गए हुए हैं, उनका वहाँ पर कारोबार है, तो उनको असुरक्षा की भावना जो है वो पैदा हो रही है। तो ऐसी असुरक्षा की भावना पैदा ना हो, हम ये भारत सरकार से चाहेंगे कि ये सख्त से सख्त इसके ऊपर निर्णय ले। जैसे हमारे योगी जी जो कठोर निर्णय लेने वाले हैं, ऐसे ही मोदी सरकार, अमित शाह जी ये कठोर निर्णय लें ताकि हमारे बच्चों को वहाँ असुरक्षा महसूस ना हो। वहाँ पर उन्होंने घर, कारोबार सब कुछ खड़े कर दिया। आज मंदिरों पे हमला हो रहा है, कल उनके वहाँ पे घरों के ऊपर भी ऐसे हमले होंगे। तो ये चीज़ों के लिए हम आपका ये करना चाहेंगे।
हो इसका पूरा प्रबंध करना चाहिए। ये ना हो कि सनातनी वहाँ मंदिरों में जाने से ही डरने लग जाए, ऐसा ना हो।
क्या एक सूझबूझ के तहत और किसी षड्यंत्र के तहत किया जा रहा है?
बिल्कुल षड्यंत्र, बिना प्लानिंग के तो इतना बड़ा जो मैं कांड ही कहूंगा कि नहीं किया जा सकता। इसके पीछे अच्छी प्लानिंग है खालिस्तानियों की, और इसमें कहीं ना कहीं कनाडा सरकार की इन्वॉल्वमेंट जरूर रही होगी।
तो अभी क्या उम्मीद करते हैं, किस तरीके क्या सजेशन है?
उम्मीद तो हम यही करते हैं कि भारत सरकार इसको जो है पूरी जोर शोर से उठाएगी इंटरनेशनल प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर, और हमारे मंदिरों को सुरक्षा मुहैया कराई जाए।
सनातन धर्म का अपमान नहीं सहेगा हिंदुस्तान। सनातन धर्म का अपमान नहीं सहेगा हिंदुस्तान।
माता की, माता की, माता की, सनातन धर्म का अपमान, सनातन धर्म का अपमान।
Those the voices, viewers, coming in from the Hindu community as Hindu community unites in India, in Canada, to stage protest, to raise their voice against the injustices, to the brutality under Trudeau administration. Remember, Trudeau police was a mute spectator when these Khalistani goons stormed into the temple, the Hindu Sabha temple in Brampton. But they were quick to react, they were quick to crack down, lathi charge, beat, assault, brutalize the devotees who were in fact terrorized by these Khalistani goons. So that's the big update we have right now, viewers. 3 people have been arrested, and now what we know is that the RSS is also reacting now. That's what we are breaking right now, viewers. The Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, the RSS, has condemned the attack on a temple in Canada. Indresh Kumar of the RSS is demanding strict action against the perpetrators. Now, he says, and I quote him here, "The attack is unfortunate. I'm sure Khalsa Samaj would condemn this attack. Khalsa Panth will establish to protect humanity, and strict steps should be taken to avoid such unfortunate incidents," unquote. So the RSS is also now stepping in and raising the voice against the attack. RSS condemning attacks in Canada on the Hindu temples, on the Hindu devotees. And Naresh Kumar now calling for strict action, strict action against what has happened in Canada. Let's take a listen in. RSS's National Executive Member Indresh Kumar has reacted. Listen in.
भारत का ही नहीं, दुनिया का खालसा समुदाय यानी सिख समुदाय, सिख धर्म के लोग पूरी तरह से इसकी निंदा ही नहीं करेंगे। आगे ऐसी दुर्घटनाएं ना हो, इसके लिए भी ठोस कदम उठाएंगे। खालसा की सृजना धर्म रक्षा के लिए हुई थी, ना कि धर्म को हानि पहुंचाने के लिए हुई थी। मैं फिर से कहूंगा, यह काम घोर निंदनीय है, और यहीं पर आकर ये कहूंगा, कनाडा सरकार ने भी सब धर्मों की रक्षा के लिए, धर्म स्थलों की रक्षा के लिए सख्त कदम उठाने चाहिए, ताकि ऐसी निंदनीय और अपराधपूर्ण घटना फिर से ना हो।
So that was Indresh Kumar, member of National Executive at the RSS, now condemning that. And remember, viewers, there are protests that are going to take place tomorrow in Canada, across the country, and in India. The protests have already erupted in Chandigarh. We just saw those visuals coming in, the mass demonstrations. Now we have the RSS also condemning this attack and calling for strict action. The MEA also, viewers, remember, has called for action. In fact, the Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal has condemned the attack by extremists and separatists, urging the Canadian government to ensure the protection of places of worship and prosecute those responsible. And expressing concern for the safety of Indian nationals in Canada, Jaiswal has emphasized that intimidation and violence would not deter the outreach of Indian consular officers in providing services to both Indian and Canadian citizens. Because, viewers, this is coming in right on the heels of this escalation between India and Canada, the escalation in the diplomatic standoff, and now we see it's somehow we see that the Khalistanis have come down to this provocation inside the temples now and directly targeting with force. And viewers, now we shift our focus to the big story we're tracking from Agra in Uttar Pradesh. A MiG-29 fighter jet has crashed near Agra and the pilot ejected safely from the plane along with his companion. Now the plane had taken off from Adhampur in Punjab and was en route to Agra for an exercise when the incident happened. And viewers, remember that this is the video of that place coming in. The pilot and the co-passenger, in fact, ejected safely. This happened while this jet was in the air. It was flying. It's a mid-air fire. When this plane was flying, it caught fire, and the pilot ensured that this landing is made in this field where people were not present. Thankfully, it was an empty, vacant land, the field where it crashed, and before it could turn fatal, the pilot and the passenger ejected. In fact, we are getting more breaking news on the same story, viewers, from Agra. And what we are getting to know is that this was a MiG-29 flight. This was a MiG-29 aircraft of the Indian Air Force, and that the statement coming in from the IAF says that it has ordered a court of inquiry to ascertain the cause of the crash. The IAF has ordered a court of inquiry to ascertain the cause, the reason behind this mid-air fire. Suyesha is joining us. Suyesha is joining us live on the broadcast from newsroom. Suyesha, of course, now a court of inquiry, as per procedure, has been, ordered by the Indian Air Force. And remember, this is coming in right after, a month after Rajasthan saw a MiG-29 crash. That too, thankfully, there were no casualties. Once again, we see this IAF fighter jet could have turned very, very fatal as per the visuals.
Oh yes, absolutely, and the consequences could have been much worse. But Rakshita, quickly to update our viewers on the statement that has been released by the Indian Air Force that reads, and I quote, a MiG-29 aircraft of the Indian Air Force crashed near Agra during a routine training sortie today after encountering a system malfunction. The pilot maneuvered the aircraft to ensure no damage to life or property on ground before ejecting safely. An inquiry has been ordered by the Indian Air Force to ascertain the cause of the accident. So far we understand, and even the visuals that came out, Rakshita, that thankfully there was no damage to any human because the pilot safely landed on the farms, which was absolutely empty, and it was the plane that had already caught fire mid-air, and when the chunks of that aircraft landed on the farm, they were already on fire, which was of course caught by the locals and the farmers there, who also made videos of that air crash. Exactly how the Indian Air Force is putting it, that the pilot had ejected safely along with his companion, and they ensured that they landed on a safe ground, or rather to say that they maneuvered the plane to a safe ground where they ensured that there was minimal damage. So that of course did happen, but we'll really know in due course of time what exactly had caused this accident in the first place that led the plane to catch fire mid-air itself. Like the statement clearly reads, that it was and a training sortie. So we do understand that it could have been a trainee pilot, but we are yet to get details. Thankfully, Rakshita, like we are saying, that the consequences could have been much worse, but it wasn't, as the plane did, the chunks of that plane that did land on that farm, but nobody was injured, there was no casualty in this, and the Indian Air Force expected to release a statement soon to what caused this malfunction in the first place.
All right, thanks so much, Suesha. In fact, we also been joined by Raghavendra on the story. Raghavendra, हमें बताएं कि क्या कुछ सामने आ रहा है. IAF ने जो कि अभी जो है स्टेटमेंट बयान जो है वो दिया है कि कोर्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी जो है वो ऑर्डर कर दी गई है, लेकिन क्या कुछ सामने आ रहा है इसके पीछे जो आग लगी थी इसके पीछे क्या कुछ कारण है वो सामने आ रहा है, अगर आप अपने सूत्रों के मुताबिक बता सकें.
बिल्कुल, देखिए जो इस पूरे मामले को लेकर जांच तो बैठी गई है, जैसा कि आपने कहा कोर्ट ऑफ इंक्वायरी जो विभाग की तरफ से हर तरह की इस तरह की जो घटना होती है उस पर होती है, तो वो सारी चीज़ें आ जाएंगी. लेकिन जो सबसे पहले जो कम्युनिकेशन की बात आ रही है, कहीं न कहीं कम्युनिकेशन गड़बड़ हुआ है या उनको ऐसा एहसास हुआ है कि अब ये जो प्लेन है, ये जो लड़ाकू विमान है, ये हमारे रडार से या यूँ कहे कि हमारे कंट्रोल से बाहर है. ये चीज़ पायलटों को पता चला कि ये अब इसको हम स्थिर नहीं कर सकते, इसको हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते हैं, और लिहाजा उन लोगों ने फैसला लिया कि अब कूद के अपनी जान बचाओ और ये लड़ाकू विमान जहां जा रहा है इसको जाने दीजिए. तो उन लोगों ने फैसला लिया, कुछ मिनट पहले, कुछ सेकंड पहले उन्होंने कूद के अपनी जान बचाई, और जैसे ही वो प्लेन क्रैश हुआ तुरंत पूरी तरह से जल गया. अगर वो लोग फैसला न लेते, लास्ट तक उसको कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश करते, तो कहीं न कहीं आज जो उसमें 3 लोग थे उनकी भी जान जाती. तो ये एक बड़ी बात है कि लोग उसमें नहीं, हमारे पायलट उसमें नहीं गए, उनकी जान नहीं गई. हाँ, एक हमारा लड़ाकू विमान पूरी तरह से ध्वस्त हो गया, वह पूरी तरह से नष्ट हो गया. लेकिन ये जो मिग की जो श्रृंखला है, जो मिग हमारा ये लड़ाकू विमान है, ये इससे पहले कई बार और दुर्घटनाग्रस्त हुआ है. कई लोगों की उसमें जानें भी गई हैं अलग अलग इंसिडेंट में, अलग अलग दुर्घटनाओं में. लेकिन आज जो दुर्घटना हुई है आगरा में, ऐसे में पायलट लोग सुरक्षित सपाट खेतों में कूद के अपनी जान बचाए, और ये जो लड़ाकू विमान है पूरी तरह से ये नष्ट हो गया है, जल गया है. वहाँ से उसमें किसी की मरने की कोई खबर नहीं है. प्राइमरी इलाज जो है जो हमारे पायलट्स थे उनकी वहीं आगरा में हुई थी. और पूरी जो इस पूरे घटना की, यानी जो आपने कह रही है ना कि आखिर हुआ क्या था, किस तरह से क्या कम्युनिकेशन की वहाँ पे कमी रह गई थी, या किसी तरह की और कोई दिक्कत हो रही थी, या जो सारी जो वहाँ की स्थिति थी उनके कंट्रोल की बाहर थी, एक्चुअल क्या रीज़न था, वह जांच हो रही है. उसमें निश्चित रूप से कुछ दिन बाद वो सारी बातें सामने आ जाएंगी. जी.
All right, thanks so much, Suesha and Raghavendra for joining us with those details coming in on the story. Viewers, an Air Force plane crashes in Agra. Pilot and the companion have saved themselves, ejecting at the right time, and court of inquiry has been now ordered. Now, in a shocking accident, a bus carrying 60 passengers fell into a gorge near MUDA, Marchula in Uttarakhand. As many as 36 people have been killed, 19 are injured. Rest are believed to be trapped in the bus. Take a look at this report. At least 36 people have lost their lives and 19 have been injured after a bus fell into a gorge near MUDA, Marchula in Uttarakhand. Over 60 people were travelling in the bus. Rescue teams were rushed to the site immediately and relief operations are underway. 3 injured people have been airlifted to AIIMS Rishikesh. Many are feared to be trapped inside the bus which fell into the gorge. NDRF and SDRF teams have reached the spot. Injured are rushed to the hospital for treatment while local villagers are assisting the rescue teams in locating the passengers who are still trapped. Prime Minister Modi has announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees from PMNRF for the deceased family, while 50,000 rupees ex gratia has been announced for the families of injured. Meanwhile, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami spoke to Secretary Disaster Management of Kumaon Division and Almora DM over phone call to take stock of the situation. Chief Minister Dhami has directed to provide 4 lakh rupees ex gratia to the families of the deceased and 1 lakh rupees for the assistance of the families of the injured.
उन सभी घायलों को तत्काल स्वास्थ्य सुविधाएं मिले, उपचार मिले, उसके लिए सभी एम्बुलेंस इत्यादि की व्यवस्था तत्काल वहां पर की जा रही है. सभी को भेजा गया है, सभी अफसरों को मौके पर जाने के निर्देश दिए हैं और इस पूरी घटना के लिए कुमाऊं कमिश्नर को मजिस्ट्रियल जांच के आदेश दिए हैं और संबंधित विभाग के लोगों को निलंबित करने के भी आदेश दिए हैं जो भी इस घटना से संबंधित हैं. कहीं भी कोई लापरवाही होगी तो उसके खिलाफ सख्त कार्रवाई की जाएगी।
The Uttarakhand Chief Minister has instructed the Commissioner of Kumaon Division to conduct a magisterial inquiry into the incident. All right, viewers. Now, the Samajwadi Party has pulled out the minority card ahead of the elections in Maharashtra, calling for a common minority program. We will be getting you the latest on that. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Saurabh Shukla, founder News Mobile, live from the US. In this special broadcast between News Mobile and Republic, we will tell you who will be the new US president and how this impacts your world. Do watch all the latest updates here live on Republic and News Mobile.
Shivani Kala reporting from New Jersey, USA, and I will be bringing you an up-close coverage of one of the most historic elections of our times. We'll take you right to the pulse of the polling booth and capture all the excitement on the ground. Stay tuned for every moment as it unfolds.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Live and Breaking at 6. I'm Suesha Sant as we continue to get you all the top stories we've been tracking for you all through the day. But most importantly, our focus this minute is on the pro-Muslim manifesto demand that the MVA is making, which, remember, is now coming across as the key standpoint between the Mahayuti and the MVA, most importantly the BJP raking this up. We'll get you all the details. First, a quick check of the headlines we're tracking. RG Kar case, prime accused Sanjoy Roy's big allegation says being framed by Mamata government and being forced to keep shut. Under Trudeau's watch, Khalistani terror at play yet again, temples attacked in Brampton and Surrey.
पुलिस वालों ने हमें लाठी से मारा, वो हमें ऐसे ट्रीट कर रहे थे जैसे हम सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन हैं। बहुत गंदे से हिंदुओं के साथ बिहेव किया गया।
Eyewitnesses recall horrific assault by Trudeau's cops, Hindu devotees attacked by Khalistanis.
जेएमएम कांग्रेस आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बसा रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Modi campaigns in Jharkhand, takes on Soren government over infiltration. BJP calls out minority appeasement after SP demands common minorities program in MBA manifesto. The race to the White House has entered into its final leg. Stand by for the most detailed and extensive coverage on Republic TV. MiG-29 fighter jet crashes near Agra. Flight catches fire mid-air. 2, including pilot, escape jaws of death. Out of danger now. And we cut across to breaking news coming in. Lokayukt Police has issued a notice to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. The notice has been put outside his office to appear on the 6th of November and face trial. The notice that has come to his Mysuru office as Siddaramaiah faces scrutiny in the MUDA scam. Karnataka Chief Minister facing the heat over allegations in the MUDA scam, and in the very latest we are learning that he has now been sent a notice that has been put out outside his office. His Mysuru office is where the notice is put up by the Lokayukt Police, asking Siddaramaiah to appear before the Lokayukt Police on the 6th of November and face trial. Remember his wife, who has also been questioned in this connection, and the very next was Siddaramaiah to be questioned, which is now to happen on the 6th of November. The MUDA chairman, who had quit in the most unexpected circumstances, as he had also said that there is no political pressure, quote unquote, for him to resign, but he has. And even as all of them have been questioned, next is the turn of the Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, who faces serious allegations in the MUDA scam, as he has been asked to come to the Lokayukt on the 6th of November. Cutting across to Sri Lakshmi, joining us on the broadcast from the Kannada newsroom to take us through these latest details. Sri Lakshmi, really something we were expecting will happen, and now the notice has been put up. Siddaramaiah has been asked to appear on the 6th of November. Take us through the details and what's expected.
Right. Well, Suesha, Karnataka CM is up to receive the notice that he has to come to MUDA office and face investigation. Lokayukta Police now has issued the notice to CM Siddaramaiah, and on November 6th he has to face a trial. But this was expected earlier itself, since a court here has directed Mysore Lokayukta to investigate the MUDA case within the time span of 3 months and to submit the report back to the court. Now the question is, MUDA is also being raided by Enforcement Directorate officials, and Enforcement Directorate officials may also give a notice to Siddaramaiah for investigation if there is any evidence of illegal money being involved. Find out. Then as I said earlier, it was expected that after Diwali, this MUDA pressure may mount against Siddaramaiah and political pressure also may mount on Siddaramaiah and it may get difficult for Siddaramaiah to retain his seat because he has to prove himself right. Though his wife has returned all those 14 sites which have been received by MUDA back. Still Siddaramaiah is up to prove himself right. He was there as a MUDA member and he was evident for all these. It is said that he and his son was evident for all the MUDA proceedings. Now not many chief ministers have faced such situation. Not many chief ministers in Karnataka have undergone this kind of Lokayukta investigation. But still, it is still doubtful that whether he appears for the investigation or he may, go to the court again. He has already filed a writ application to Karnataka High Court against this investigation, against the order given by Raj Bhavan here. Before that only, is there any chance of court hearing this case is a bit doubtful, Swesha. So it is up to us to wait and watch what may happen. This will definitely impact on political happenings here in Karnataka in a big way.
Oh yes, of course it will, because we understand how Siddaramaiah has been calling this a political conspiracy. But given the kind of allegations that already stare at him, we wait and watch whether he actually cooperates with the Lokayukt police and answers all that will be asked of him as far as the MUDA scam is concerned. I want to thank you for speaking to us and getting us these latest details. So on your screens, we've put out those pictures of how the notice has been put up outside the Karnataka Chief Minister's office, where he's been asked to appear on the 6th of November for questioning in the MUDA scam. And we now move on to the latest update that is coming in ahead of the Maharashtra polls. Yes, the Congress is all set to back the Samajwadi Party on the Muslim quota demand that the SP is making. On Rais Sheikh demanding Muslim quota in the Mahavikas Aghadi manifesto, Congress's Udit Raj has gone on to say, and I quote, "He is free to express his opinion. The party is free to entertain it or not. It is within the party and the party is democratic. Definitely, there will be voices that will have demands to place ahead before the party. But I don't think it is a very extraordinary situation. You're trying to find out such things from India Alliance. What about Shiv Sena NCP is the response that has come in from Udit Raj, who says that it is very normal to make whatever demands and it is up to the party to accept it or not, rather trying to pass the buck on the Mahayuti. Let's listen into that entire statement.
He is free to express his opinion, party is free to entertain or not to entertain, but it is their affair. How do I enter? How do I come in the picture? Nobody comes in the picture. That it's a within the party, and of course it's a party, the democratic, definitely there will be voices, there will be concern, there will be demand from the party, from the leader, and as we do in Congress party also, that if certain things are omitted, then we definitely take it up and try to get those things included. I don't think that's a very extraordinary situations are very uncommon. This is very common thing.
Since you're saying that you don't think it might be an extraordinary situation, then is it safe to say that it seems like India Alliance leaders are not on the same page, because MV Alliance leaders have very comfortably distanced themselves from this demand. On one hand, Sanjay Raut was heard saying that he's not aware only of such demands, and Congress has distanced itself from these statements.
You're trying to find out such things from India Alliance. What about Shiv Sena, NCP? It's such a bad blood is there in Maharashtra election that they are openly criticizing each other. They are openly campaigning against each other. And NCP candidate Nawab Malik said not that he has been targeted by BJP, but even his daughter also. So those are the major contradictions, and this is very minor contradiction comparing to that contradiction. So NDA contradiction you people don't highlight. You just try to peep only inside India Alliance. Even a minor contradiction there, minor differences are there which you try to blow it up.
And just to give you a little background to what has happened, yes, it is Samajwadi Party Neta Rais Sheikh who has written a letter to the Mahavikas Aghadi Netas that include the Congress, Sharad Pawar faction of the NCP and UBT combined, where in this letter he has primarily claimed that there must be a common minority program that must be included in the Mahavikas Aghadi manifesto. As a part of this demand, he's also asked that the Love Jihad Committee must stay on interfaith marriages, scrapping the government proposal on invalidating admissions of tribal ITI students by linking them with religion, reservation for Muslims, socio-economic survey of the Muslim community, among others. And Rais Sheikh, who has asked for a draft, rather a common manifesto for the MVA under former CM Prithvi Raj Chavan. Listen in to the reactions that have come in so far.
See, that is been called as a vote jihad. That you think, work and propagate for only particular community. And this is not a democracy. And this is a hypocrisy for Uddhav Thackeray. I appeal, I demand, what is the stance of Mr. Uddhav Thackeray now? Is he in support of Muslim Arakshan, Muslim reservation or no? In the constitution, that there cannot be a reservation on the religion. Then why this demand is coming? What is the role of Mr. Thackeray, whether he is in support of this or not? I am asking for this.
To my colleagues Satya Prakash and Soumya joining us on the broadcast. Satya Prakash, I want to come to you first to get a sense of what this letter states, and by the looks of it, even Udit Raj of the Congress is supporting it, rather saying that what is the big deal and why is the BJP calling this out? It is a demand that is being made and we are an open forum, we are a democratic party and we listen to everyone.
देखिए सुरेशा, थोड़ी देर पहले महाविकास अघाड़ी का प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ। प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में मैंने सवाल पूछा कि जिस तरह से रईस शेख ने मुस्लिम रिजर्वेशन की मांग किया है, लव जिहाद को लेकर जो कमेटी है उसको लेकर मांग किया है, मुस्लिम समुदाय को लेकर अलग अलग चीज़ों को लेकर जो ड्राफ्ट बनाकर जो कांग्रेस के नेता पृथ्वीराज चौहान को जो भेजा है, क्या महाविकास अघाड़ी के नेता इससे सहमत है? तो महाविकास अघाड़ी के जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस थे, इसमें शिवसेना के भी नेता थे, एनसीपी शरद पवार के नेता थे और कांग्रेस के नेता थे। सभी ने कहा कि जो रईस शेख मांग कर रहे हैं ये पहले ही हम कह चुके हैं, ये नया कोई नहीं है। तो कहीं न कहीं साफ तौर से है कि महाविकास अघाड़ी के नेता इस बात से सहमत है कि जो रईस शेख ने अपने ड्राफ्ट के जरिए जो मांग किया गया है कि महाविकास अघाड़ी की जो मैनिफेस्टो आया उसमें मुस्लिम समुदाय को देखते हुए मैनिफेस्टो बनाया जाए और उनकी मांगों को पूरा किया जाए। तो कहीं कहीं साफ तौर से जाहिर हो रहा है कि महाविकास अघाड़ी, चाहे शिवसेना उद्धव ठाकरे गुट हो, चाहे कांग्रेस गुट हो, चाहे शरद पवार का एनसीपी हो, तो तीनों पार्टियां कहीं कहीं सहमत है सही शेख के बातों को लेकर। जी
On with us, as I'd also like to bring Soumya in. Soumya, how do you see the politics panning out? Because The BJP is clearly calling this out, and we also understand how the MVA is saying that fair enough, it is a demand that has been made, and we'll see to whether we'll add this or not. But the larger political ideology of the MVA is very clear, and this is exactly what the BJP is hinting at.
Yes, well, Suyesha, you're correct here because if you look at the background of Rais Sheikh, he is the MLA from the Bhiwandi constituency where there is a huge Muslim voter. So this is clearly vote bank appeasement politics, because on one hand, Rais Sheikh, who is SP MLA, has made this demand. However, on the other hand, Congress and UBT have very clearly distanced themselves from this demand. On one side, Sanjay Raut was heard saying that he's not aware of any such demands because Sanjay Raut is one such political leader, one such political personality who's always up to date with what is happening, what is not happening. So this was bizarre statement that came out from Sanjay Raut's statement from Sanjay Raut. However, on the other hand, Congress has very clearly and categorically distanced itself from the statement, whereas its leaders are saying that it's no big deal, it's a democratic setup and people are free to make such demands. It's up to the party whether they want to entertain this or not. Back to you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that is what the Congress is saying, but the BJP is certainly levelling the appeasement politics charge. Let's listen in to those responses that have come in so far.
This is the true agenda of MVA Mahavibhajan Aghadi, Maha Vote Bank Aghadi. For the sake of vote bank, they can put Muslim first above nation first. They can put religious kind benefits first rather than constitution first. Rais Sheikh is writing letter and saying that just like UPA government had put Muslims as first for the claim on resources, like that there should be a separate common minority program in the MVA agenda where Muslims should be given religious reservation and other benefits. One question arises that is this constitutional? Is this as per the constitution of Ambedkar ji? And it clearly shows that the agenda of MVA is to snatch away the reservation of SC, ST, OBC and give it to the vote bank. To divide Hindu society and to unite the vote bank in the name of such kind of schemes and such kind of allurements. The question is that why is Uddhav Thackeray ji not saying anything? He claims to be share of Hindutva, but he is allowing such kind of policies. And this is the same Samajwadi party which has even taken stand for Yaqub Memon. Even then Mr. Uddhav Thackeray is silent.
And that is the biggest controversy that is making news today while we await the official manifesto of what the MVA is going to be. For the moment, we have to slip into a very short commercial break. We'll be back on the other side with the very latest. Do stay tuned.
In this special broadcast between News Mobile and Hi, I am Saurabh Shukla, founder News Mobile, live from the US. In this special broadcast between News Mobile and Republic, we will tell you who will be the new US president and how this impacts your world. Do watch all the latest updates here live on Republic and News Mobile.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
For the world to see what's happening on Canadian soil, how the temples have been vandalized, devotees have been attacked by the Khalistanis. The cops have cracked down mercilessly, brutally on the Hindu devotees who were pleading for their safety to the policemen.
इसने हमें डराया है, पुलिस ने हमें मारा है.
For the world to see what's happening on Canadian soil, how the temples have been vandalized, devotees have been attacked by the Khalistanis. The cops have cracked down mercilessly, brutally on the Hindu devotees who were pleading for their safety to the policemen.
इसने हमें डराया है, पुलिस ने हमें मारा है.
Good evening, welcome to Republic TV. I'm Rhythm. Viewers, the race to White House is heating up. We've seen both the presidential candidates, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, make their last statements. And as it's D-Day tomorrow, we're also, as of now, being told both of them leaving no stone unturned to go to the White House. First up, a look at our top headlines. RG car Prime accused Sanjay Roy's big allegation says being framed by Mamata government and being forced to keep shut. Eyewitnesses recall horrific assault by Trudeau's cops, Hindu devotees attacked by Khalistanis. And under Trudeau's watch, Khalistani terror at play yet again.
पुलिस वालों ने हमें लाठी से मारा, वो हमें ऐसे ट्रीट कर रहे थे जैसे हम सेकंड क्लास सिटीजन हैं। बहुत गंदे से हिंदुओं के साथ बिहेव किया गया।
Hindus are brutalized and assaulted by Trudeau's cops. Hindu devotees are attacked by Khalistanis.
जेएमएम कांग्रेस आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बता रहे हैं।
Prime Minister Modi campaigns in Jharkhand, takes on Soren government over infiltration. BJP calls out minority appeasement after SP demands common minorities program in MVA manifesto. As the race to the White House enters its final leg, stand by for the most detailed, extensive coverage on Republic TV. An MiG-29 fighter jet crashes near Agra. The flight catches fire mid-air. However, two, including pilot, escape the jaws of death and are out of danger. Viewers, our top focus, the race to the White House is now heating up. The battle lines are drawn between the Republicans and the Democrats, with both candidates in the final leg of campaigning. Donald Trump eyeing a second term as US President, while US Vice President Kamala Harris is leaving no stone unturned to retain power.
Vote, vote, vote. We're going to win it.
Let me ask, anybody here already voted?
As the United States gears up for election, the race between Democratic candidate Kamala Harris and Republican former President Donald Trump is heating up. Both candidates are making their final pushes in key swing states, emphasizing on key issues such as the economy, abortion rights, immigration, and international conflicts, including the situations in Ukraine and Gaza.
Today, I believe, will bring a great 4 years in front of us.
We are here to support our president because he is the one who is going to give us a right future.
In a critical final campaign blitz, Donald Trump held a rally in Macon of Georgia, stating that he will end invasion of massive number of criminals coming into the country.
With your vote on Tuesday, I will end inflation. I will stop the invasion of criminals coming into our country. And I will bring back the American dream. We're going to bring back the American dream.
Fight, fight, fight!
Trump's rhetoric reflects a broader strategy as he attempts to sway voters by framing the election as a stark choice.
After all we have been through together, we stand on the verge of the 4 greatest years in American history. You watch. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so much fun. It'll be nasty a little bit at times, and maybe at the beginning in particular, but it's going to be something that we're going to go to heights that this country never has reached and nobody ever even thought it could. You're going to see things that you're not going to believe.
Trump asserts that the country faces a decision between 4 more years in gross incompetence and failure and the 4 greatest years in the history of the country. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris is campaigning in Michigan, vowing to turn the page on a decade of politics driven by fear and division.
We have the momentum because our campaign is tapping into the ambitions, the aspirations, and the dreams of the American people. Because we are optimistic and excited about what we can do together.
Both candidates are targeting crucial swing states. Harris is focusing on uniting voters around progressive policies, while Trump promises a stronger and wealthier America. The US presidential elections are being watched closely, with many anticipating a major impact on the world stage.
Well, look, this is a very, very close election. This is one of the closest elections we have had in decades. And, Michigan, I represent the state of Michigan in the United States Congress. And Michigan is one of the 7 most critical states. Nobody can be president without winning Michigan.
With just one day to go until election day, the stakes could not be higher. Now all eyes will be on the swing states: Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin.
It's the final countdown to the presidential campaign that has finally ended, and tomorrow the final countdown, the curtains up on who really is going to be the President of the United States. On the final Sunday of the presidential campaign, Republican nominee Donald Trump urges voters to elect him as the leader of a failed nation. During the outdoor rally in Pennsylvania, he strayed from his recent focus on the economy and immigration to launch a rant questioning the legitimacy of US elections.
We've been working for 9 years. We did a great job. We had the best economy ever. We had the wall. We had everything. I built over 500 miles of wall. They don't even talk about the wall. But we had the best border, the safest border. I won't pull down my world's favorite chart because I don't want to waste a lot of your time. But my world's favorite chart, done by the Border Patrol, it said we had the safest border in the history of our country the day that I left. I shouldn't have left.
Donald Trump made claims about reporters being shot and suggested he shouldn't have left the White House after his 2020 loss to Joe Biden. He expressed doubt about the integrity of the vote, revived grievances about being persecuted for trying to overturn the defeat. His rally also included verbal attacks on national leadership and the media, even referring in past threats to his safety.
The only thing I want is get out and vote. Just get out, finish it. You know, we're on the 5-yard line, maybe even the 1-yard line. We're right there. We had a tremendous number of early votes, a record-setting number, records like nobody can believe.
In West Palm Beach, officials held a press conference to outline security measures for election night, where Trump was attending a watch party. Mayor Keith James warned anyone thinking of causing trouble it wouldn't end well, emphasizing the city's safety and global attention on it during elections. And Kamala Harris is leading a campaign in Michigan, stopping at a restaurant to meet supporters, later speaking at a church, calling for healing in the country. In stark contrast to Trump, she framed the upcoming election as an opportunity for voters. And there's breaking news that's just coming in. The Lokayukta police has issued a notice to Chief Minister in Karnataka, Siddaramaiah. The notice to appear at their office on 6th of November and also to face trial. And they say he should appear for questioning on the 6th of November. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has been summoned by the Lokayukta police for an inquiry on Wednesday regarding the ongoing investigation in the MUDA allotment case. The summons follow the recent questioning of several officials who've been linked to the case, including Deva Raju. The controversy centers on a MUDA scheme that allocated 50% of developed lands to individuals. He's now been asked to appear on 6th of November, and there are lots of details that Siddaramaiah has denied any wrongdoing, calls it politically motivated, but the Lokayukta police asking him to appear on the 6th of November. The MUDA case also implicates top officials from MUDA and also the Revenue Department, further intensifying the scrutiny around the scheme. I want to go across to Kannada newsroom, But I want to give you viewers more details about the controversy. The summons have been there. Several officials have been linked to this case. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has also now been summoned by the Lokayukta police for an inquiry regarding the ongoing investigation in the MUDA scam. And this is fresh trouble for Siddaramaiah. He's now been summoned for questioning. The Lokayukta police has summoned him. Remember, on 25th of October, they questioned Chief Minister's wife Parvati BM, who's also an accused in the case, and they've asked him now to come. Siddaramaiah, his wife, brother-in-law, and Devaraju, from whom Swami had purchased a land and gifted it to Parvati, and others have been named in the FIR that had been registered. All these details coming now, and now it's Lokayukta police issuing summons to Siddaramaiah. And even though the MUDA scam is, they say, not going to be impacting Congress, Karnataka, the Congress will suffer a setback, is what is being stated in the state. However, the big news that's coming in the Lokayukta police, all set to issue summons to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. Let me go across to Sri Lakshmi, who's joining us from Kannada newsroom. Sri Lakshmi, give us more details.
Well, Suresha, this may bring more political pressure, trouble to CM Siddaramaiah. We can also see that there are by-election around the corner here in Karnataka. Big responsibility now upon him to prove himself as the sole leader in South India for Congress and to prove his reliability too. At this point of time, he is receiving this Lokayukta notice for investigation. He has already filed his writ application to the High Court of Karnataka, to give a stay for the investigation. Now on 6th, if the notice has already been served, then he has to, come for the investigation. As I have already said, not many chief ministers have faced such kind of situations here in Karnataka. We can remember the case of B.S. Yediyurappa, but later on he got out of it. Now Siddaramaiah being a sitting chief minister facing one such situation where he has to prove himself. But there are already so many illegalities which Lokayukta is getting documents. These complainants are providing lot many other documents as well.
Yes,
now
and Sri Lakshmi, as we stay with that, we're also going to try and go across to Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's first reaction on the summons that have been given to him by the Lokayukta police. Listen in. And that reaction that's coming in, Sri Lakshmi, I want to come back to you on this, is the first reaction. He says he will appear for questioning. So the breaking news that's coming in, Sri Lakshmi, on the 6th of November, Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has agreed that he's going to appear for questioning. This is the big breaking news that we are breaking as we are speaking. The earlier news was the notice had been given to him to appear in the office, and now the first reaction from the Karnataka Chief Minister Sri Lakshmi that he's going to appear for that questioning before the Lokayukta police.
Right. He'll have to appear if the Lokayukta serves notice, because on his part, for investigation, he cannot say no, because if he is right, the opposition is already asking that if he is right on his part, why is he not facing investigation? Why is he afraid of, getting investigated? Now he'll appear in front, it seems as he already said, he'll appear in front of Lokayukta, but Lokayukta has got 2 more months of time to finish the investigation and submit the report. Before that, anything may happen. But on the other hand, we can also remember that Enforcement Directorate is also on its investigation about this MUDA scam. For that also, if he receives any notice from ED, then it may get more difficult for Siddaramaiah, to sustain his image and to retain his seat. But we can already see that D.K. Shivkumar, the Deputy Chief Minister, is facing Enforcement Directorate investigation, and he has already faced such political troubles prior. Now, High Command is supporting Siddaramaiah very strongly since he is the sole leader, and Karnataka being the very resourceful state for the Congress, and wherein Congress is very strongly in power with full majority. Siddaramaiah may get away with it, but there are a whole lot of other issues like Waqf and Valmiki scams are coming up. Having bipoles around the corner, it may get a bit more challenging for Siddaramaiah to face this MUDA investigation as well. Suesha.
Thank you, Shri Lakshmi, for those details. And viewers, the top focus is going to be on the 6th of November when the Karnataka Chief Minister appears before the Lokayukta Police.
I'm Saurabh Shukla, founder News Mobile, live from the US. In this special broadcast between News Mobile and Republic, we will tell you who will be the new US president and how this impacts your world. Do watch all the latest updates here live on Republic and News Mobile.
Director, the taste of success.
Our top focus, viewers, the issue of infiltrators has become a key issue in the Jharkhand elections, with the BJP accusing the Hemant Soren-led JMM government of encouraging Bangladeshi infiltrators into the state. Prime Minister Modi has also slammed the government of supporting these infiltrators for their electoral gains, while promising to deport them back if they come to power. Listen in.
As the Jharkhand Assembly polls draw near, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched a scathing attack on the India Alliance for supporting infiltration in the country, especially in the state of Jharkhand.
जेएमएम, कांग्रेस, आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये तीनों दल सामाजिक तानाबाना तोड़ने पर आमाद है। ये तीनों दल घुसपैठिया समर्थक है। बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठियों के वोट पाने के लिए ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बसा रहे हैं।
This comes a day after the Union Home Minister Amit Shah accused the local administration in the state of encouraging infiltration for electoral gains.
झारखंड हाई कोर्ट कहती है कि झारखंड के अंदर एक घुसपैठियों को रोकना चाहिए। हमारी बेटियों को लुभाकर हमारी भूमि ले जा रहे हैं, हमारी रोजगारी ले जा रहे हैं। बेटी, रोटी, भूमि, इसका रक्षा करने के लिए एक घुसपैठियों को रोकना चाहिए।
Earlier, Assam Chief Minister and BJP co-in-charge of Jharkhand, Himanta Biswa Sharma, had warned against infiltration in the state.
देखिए, एक रहेगा तो सेफ रहेगा। राहुल गांधी ने हिंदू समाज को बांटने के लिए निरंतर प्रयास कर रहा है। झारखंड में घुसपैठिया आते हैं, हमारे आदिवासी समाज, हिंदू समाज का अस्मिता को खतरा में पहुंचा दिया है। इस समय है एक रहने का। अगर आप एक रहेगा, सेफ रहेगा।
He added that the registration of those parties that support infiltrators must be cancelled.
विपक्ष की पार्टियां मेरा ऊपर कंप्लेन दिया है कि मैं क्यों घुसपैठियों का खिलाफ बोलता हूं। मतलब जेएमएम घुसपैठियों का सपोर्ट में बोल रहा है।
BJP MP Nishikant Dubey too has raised the issue, expressing concern over the rising Muslim population in the state of Jharkhand.
कि 9% मुस्लिम आबादी थी 1951 में, आज वो 24% हो गई। पूरे देश में से मुस्लिम जो है 4% बढ़ा, हमारे संथाल प्रणाम में वो 15% बढ़ा। ये 11% बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठिया है। ये झारखंड की सरकार खुद इसको मान रही है। इसके बाद भी वोट बैंक की पॉलिटिक्स में आदिवासियों की संख्या घट जाए, आदिवासी मर जाएं, आदिवासी तुरहित हो जाए, इसके लिए ना कांग्रेस को मतलब है, ना झारखंड मुक्ति मोर्चा को मतलब है।
Prime Minister Modi exudes confidence that the BJP will form the government in Jharkhand on November 23rd.
ये भाजपा ही है जो पूरे देश में आदिवासी परंपरा, कला, संस्कृति के लिए समर्पित 10 बड़े संग्रहालय बना रही है।
The state will go to polls in 2 phases on November 13th and 20th. Question is, will the lotus bloom in Jharkhand?
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
Manchester City's impressive 32-game unbeaten streak in the Premier League came to an end on Saturday with a 2-1 defeat at Bournemouth, allowing Liverpool to reclaim the lead in the title race. Pep Guardiola had cautioned earlier in the week that his team might be in trouble due to a growing list of injuries, a prediction that quickly became reality. On a dramatic day, Arsenal also suffered a 1-0 loss to Newcastle, while Liverpool staged a late comeback to defeat Brighton with a 2-1 and move to the top of the table. The most surprising result occurred at Bournemouth, where the Cherries took a stunning 2-0 lead with goals from Antoine Semenyo and Evanilson. Despite a late effort from the City, With Josko Gvardiol scoring in the 82nd minute, they couldn't overcome the deficit. Erling Haaland had a header saved in injury time and hit the post with the rebound. This marked City's first league loss of 2024 and their second consecutive 2-1 defeat in all competitions following their exit from the League Cup at the hands of Tottenham Hotspur earlier in the week. The defending champions now find themselves 2 points behind Liverpool. Today we could not handle their intensity that they had, and that's why we lost the game, Guardiola said after the match. City started the season as title favourites but are now off the pace. Although they are renowned for picking up form during the second half of the season, they will have their work cut out from them this season. This is because while in previous seasons they have only had to contend with one title rival, this time around both Liverpool and Arsenal look to be in a strong position to mount a title challenge, which makes Manchester City's spot at the top of the mountain seem even more shaky. In fact, all three of the top title contenders seemed on course for defeat. Newcastle secured their victory in the early kickoff, and Brighton largely dominated Liverpool in the first half at Anfield, potentially deserving a larger lead at halftime. However, Liverpool staged a quick turnaround, scoring twice in under 3 minutes after the break. We needed another second half performance because we were outplayed in the first half. They were better on the ball, more aggressive without the ball. Then everything changed in the second half because it was completely the opposite, Liverpool manager Arne Slot said. Arsenal now sits 7 points behind the leaders and has dropped to 4th place, trailing Nottingham Forest, who defeated 10-man West Ham 3-0. The Gunners could slip further to 6th if both Aston Villa and Chelsea secure victories on Sunday.
I'm Shivani Kala reporting from New Jersey, USA, and I will be bringing you an up-close coverage of one of the most historic elections of our times. We'll take you right to the pulse of the polling booths and capture all the excitement on the ground. Stay tuned for every moment as it unfolds.
Hi, I'm Saurabh Shukla, founder News Mobile, live from the US. In this special broadcast between News Mobile and Republic, we will tell you who will be the new US president and how this impacts your world. Do watch all the latest updates here live on Republic and News Mobile.
As the Jharkhand assembly polls draw near, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today launched a scathing attack on the India Alliance for supporting infiltration in the country, especially in the state of Jharkhand.
जेएमएम, कांग्रेस, आरजेडी ने तुष्टीकरण की नीति को चरम पर पहुंचा दिया है। ये तीनों दल सामाजिक तानाबाना तोड़ने पर आमाद है। ये तीनों दल घुसपैठिया समर्थक है। बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठियों के वोट पाने के लिए ये इन घुसपैठियों को पूरे झारखंड में बसा रहे हैं।
This comes a day after the Union Home Minister Amit Shah accused the local administration in the state of encouraging infiltration for electoral gains.
झारखंड हाई कोर्ट कहती है कि झारखंड के अंदर एक घुसपैठियों को रोकना चाहिए। हमारी बेटियों को लुभाकर हमारी भूमि ले जा रहे हैं, हमारी रोजगारी ले जा रहे हैं। बेटी, रोटी, भूमि, इसका रक्षा करने के लिए एक घुसपैठियों को रोकना चाहिए।
Earlier, Assam Chief Minister and BJP co-in-charge of Jharkhand, Himanta Biswa Sharma, had warned against infiltration in the state.
देखिए, एक रहेगा तो सेफ रहेगा। राहुल गांधी ने हिंदू समाज को बांटने के लिए निरंतर प्रयास कर रहा है। झारखंड में घुसपैठिया आते हैं, हमारे आदिवासी समाज, हिंदू समाज का अस्मिता को खतरा में पहुंचा दिया है। इस समय है एक रहने का। अगर आप एक रहेगा, सेफ रहेगा।
He added that the registration of those parties that support infiltrators must be cancelled.
विपक्ष की पार्टियां मेरा ऊपर कंप्लेन दिया है कि मैं क्यों घुसपैठियों का खिलाफ बोलता हूं। मतलब जेएमएम घुसपैठियों का सपोर्ट में बोल रहा है।
BJP MP Nishikant Dubey too has raised the issue, expressing concern over the rising Muslim population in the state of Jharkhand.
कि 9% मुस्लिम आबादी थी 1951 में, आज वो 24% हो गई। पूरे देश में से मुस्लिम जो है 4% बढ़ा, हमारे संथाल प्रणाम में वो 15% बढ़ा। ये 11% बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठिया है। ये झारखंड की सरकार खुद इसको मान रही है। इसके बाद भी वोट बैंक की पॉलिटिक्स में आदिवासियों की संख्या